Why is it not rotated? Why is it done? Oh, what is going on tonight? Is it supposed to, it wants to be that way, doesn't it? Even though I've changed it. It's like, no. Stupid things. Honestly. Well, I don't know if I'm horizontal or vertical. Hello. Can hear now, good. I did try to get it horizontal and it went, no, I don't want to be horizontal. Because, you know. Yay, sound. Good. It works. I don't know what that was about. I really don't. But there we go. You can't control the computers. Happy New Year and all that as well to you. Jet guitar is something you would take on your gigs? Yes, and have done. My green one I used to have, I gigged that a few times. Great guitars for gigging. Greetings from Scotland, hello. What do you think about Ibanez guitars? Great guitars. Love Ibanez guitars. It's very gorgeous. It is, isn't it? It's rather lovely, this one. It's rather special. No, and even if I could, I can't because of copyright. I can't be asked with the hassle of it. I don't watch movies like that. Not interested in it. You're playing on the Master videos. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bone chilling is smooth. In the key of A minor while waiting for people to join. Play something in A minor then. Let's pull that on as well. Bone chilling, but you know what I mean. Good evening, good evening. There's a big build-up of dead skin on the neck here. I'm just going to remove it. Juicy. Oh, sorry, I'm getting carried away scraping dead skin off of my guitar neck. Get it out of my nail, man. How are we all, anyway? Hope we're all doing good. Happy days and all that. So yeah, Q&A Sunday, live again. Some of them won't be, depending. I might be away. But we'll see. So yeah, if you got any questions, then let's go. Good products for cleaning guitars. Crimson Guitar stuff. Anything Crimson Guitars makes is worth using on guitars. They're fretboard restorative and cleaner. I won't use anything else. Not endorsed by them. They haven't paid me to say that. That's just the truth. Is they make the best stuff. My 6th Olympic Parkcaster mate. Ace. Awesome. For your Gretsch guitars. Gretsch guitars are great. I've had a few. I've never really kind of got on with them, but I do have one at this point in time. You'll see that at some point. But it's not what you would think. Did you keep a Hardwood Revival? No. That went ages ago. I think I sold that in like 2020 or something like that. So, try the Boss RE2. I don't know what that is. So. What good did you get for Christmas? I didn't get anything. We got some good socks. Evening. Can you get the Crimson stuff in the USA? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they ship to the US. I'm pretty positive they do, actually, to be honest with you. What are buffers? I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I tried a buffer once on my pedal board, hated what it did, so it came off. Doors to the Pixies, not really, no. Not really my kind of band. Any issues fretting hand? Not yet, but I think every guitarist does at some point. So, you know, we'll see. Just purchased my second High Benton, fantastic guitar. Surprise, any thoughts on them? Yeah, good guitars. I just don't like the company. I haven't had a good experience with them as a company at all. Their guitars are really, really good, but as a company, they're really, really bad in my opinion. To me, anyway, my experience, and as a result of that, I won't champion them or anything. How's the Basement? It's got power scale. Yeah, it sounds amazing. The Basement's amazing. It's a great amp. Do like a Strat with 2 volume, 1 tone, or 1 volume, 2 tone? Personally, I prefer a Strat with 1 volume and 1 tone. Master volume, master tone, if is possible. That's how I prefer them personally. Tone Master Deluxe Reverb, ace. Cheers. That's an amazing amp. The Deluxe Reverb is fantastic. Need to come to Los Angeles, yeah, maybe one day when I can afford to. The DS2 has a built-in buffer, so you wouldn't need one for your board. Does it have a built-in buffer? I've never read that anywhere. But hey. What are your thoughts on rap music? Don't have any. Not my kind of thing. Are you going to perform in the United States? I don't know. Probably not, but you never know. Never say never, but at this point in time, not anytime soon, no. It's not. It's just not possible. It doesn't work that way. Marshall Torvier, thank you very much. Thanks to the person talking about buffers as well. What about Dace's True? Any plans for a comeback? No. Why would it be? It's not Trio anymore. You know, it's Red Giant. Yeah, same thing technically. It's just a different name. All Boss Pros have built-in buffer. Interesting. I'm gonna look into that. Sort of in a guitar collection, don't mean to pry, but can you expand on why some guitars were haunted? You're not prying. A certain somebody is, I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to. A certain somebody who was in my life up until kind of recent, fairly recent. The memories of that person are very, very, very well entwined with these instruments, if you will. So much in the same way as like this guitar is entwined with a certain period of my life. Like I got this guitar at the end of 2019. I was going through a breakup with my partner Joe at the time. And I got this guitar then. And every time I play this guitar, it has a very heavy feel to it because of when I got it and like, you know, how much it kind of like, you know, it saved my bacon. That at the end of that year in 2020, this guitar was really there for me, so to say. And so this has got a certain feel to it. Whereas some of the other guitars that I have up for sale, or guitars that I haven't got up for sale but I'm calling haunted, have memories of a certain person who was there, isn't there anymore. And as a result of that, if I see them or play them, all I can do is think about this person, and I'm trying not to because it's effing me up every day. So yeah, it's not great, but is what it is. Yeah, there you go. I hope that made some kind of sense anyway. Just wondered why you never start a professional rock tribute band. There's no point. I don't want to be in a tribute band. I don't mind doing it to pay my way if I have to, but I don't really want to be in a tribute band. I'd much prefer to write my own music and do my own music, because I'm not really interested in kind of being a tribute band. Personally, I don't particularly like the UK music scene because of that. I'm not going to go into it, but you know what I mean. Tell us how your channel has been progressing. I remember you started, it was slowing a while back. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. YouTube is strange. It's a very strange place to be. It never used to be. It used to be quite, you could understand it. You know, I've been doing YouTube for 11 years now, so I remember what it used to be like. I sound like an old man. Back in my day, YouTube. But I remember what it used to be like. It used to be kind of trackable and easy to kind of get around and stuff like that. And then when they started implementing different things, again, through no fault of YouTube, I don't think some of this stuff that YouTube have put in place is YouTube's fault. I reckon there's a lot of things in the way these days that are kind of like, you know, it's kind of killjoy kind of stuff. It can be a bit messy. But it's a bit weird. It's weird. It's proper up and down. It's a yo-yo thing now. It's really, really strange. Having your own sound is difficult for me at least. It does. It takes time. I don't think I've got my own sound, but that's okay. I don't really mind. It's deep state. Possibly so. Fender Mustangs, yes I do. What's that, sorry? Cover a giant wheel on my way now. Yeah. Any suggestions you have to inspire yourself to get started on recording? Hard to say. I'm not in that state of mind right now, so I can't really talk. I've written some songs. Not that I think they're any good, because I don't think anything I can do is good. But it's hard to say. I mean, inspiration can be found in the weirdest places sometimes. You know, it's just one of those things that, like, you know, it's there, when it's not there, it's not there. You can't really force inspiration. You can't really force how things go. You need to just wait for things to happen. It's tough. It's really tough. Oh yeah, I can't wait to be shouting at clouds, shouting at seagulls as well, saying they've got cameras in their eyes. What does Dave do for a hobby away from music? I don't really like doing anything away from music. I like doing music. Like, it takes up all my time. I have no real desire to do anything else. I do certain things. I like going for walks and stuff like that. I like going places and seeing things, stuff like that. But, you know, and I like history. But music is what I do. It's why I'm here, you know. If I didn't have music, I'd be dead. As simple as that. Cheers. It definitely doesn't. Most things I touch turn to shit, but you know, well, things just turn to shit in my life. But hey, that's my personal life is just an absolute chaotic mess of crap. Anyway, I started playing guitar recently, and I know a little bit of music theory, learning songs. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Learning songs is the best way to go. Thank you very much. Glad you like the vocals. What did it feel like playing the 100 Club, where Greenie as well? It was great. It was wicked. Tea for me. I'm a tea person. Boss Blues Driver, good for Rory's tone. It is. It's not bad. Personally, again, Golden Plexi. Tone City Golden Plexi, man, can do so much. You know, it really is one of those pedals. It's quite scary in a way. If you could only pick 5 pedals for a board, what are you picking? Zoom G2, a delay pedal of probably my Line 6 delay modeler, Marshall Governor, Tone Golden Plexi or Jackhammer, and a wah-wah. I'm missing the DS2 there, aren't I? So I'd probably get rid of the delay. and put the DS2 in place of it. I don't really need a delay. I don't use a delay a great deal. It's nice to have a delay, but I don't use it as much as I use the DS2. So Zoom, Governor, Jackhammer or Golden Plexi, Wah, and DS2. We'll see if it gets harder with less and less paint. More scores. Yeah, it's getting there, this one. It's really faded as well now. It's really pinky kind of colour in real life, this guitar, when you see it. It's really got that salmon pink kind of Fiesta Red thing going on. Make bass lines in John Frusciante style. I don't know. Delay or reverb? Reverb. If I had to pick between the two, it'd be reverb. I do love delay, because you can get to do stuff like that. But if you cane the reverb enough, you can kind of do stuff like that anyway. So, reverb for me, please. Run a Fender Mustang floor amp. Cool, awesome. Reverb is sort of a delay, indeed, yeah. You played Elder? No, not my kind of game. Can you recommend the great beginner's bedroom amp? Boss guitar? Oh, from the old days. There's a Fender Stage 100 DSP, that's a great amp. PV Bandit, you know, any of the PV Bandits. Stuff like that. Yeah. A shark Hoover. We call him a Hoover in the UK. Not a Henry. Can't stand Henry Hoovers. How's that double tremolo? It's great. The Wilkinson trem on that jet is really good. As locking trems go, I can't fault it. I really can't. Would I ever own a Schecter? Yeah, happily if one came along. Are old Hondos any use? Definitely are. They're amazing guitars. PV Bandit. Yeah, that amp it's a legendary amp. The PV Bandit is. Thank you. Hello to Brazil. Charvel or Fender? Fender. I do love Charvel, but I prefer Fender. If I had to pick between the two. Do you have any good songwriting tips, writer's block, or how to come up with new ideas? No, I mean, writer's block is just something that happens, and when you get writer's block, you don't write. Simple as that. You have to wait for it to come back. You know, if you've got writer's block or nothing's coming out, it's not meant to come out. I've got 3 songs at this point in time without lyrics, and I've tried to get lyrics for these songs, and nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. The music came really easily, but lyric-wise, I've got melody, I've got order, I've got everything recorded. I just don't have lyrics, and it's not for lack of trying. But the thing is, it's like a wall. You're hitting a wall, and when that happens, you just walk away from it. You leave it alone. I recently wrote lyrics to one of my new songs that I recorded it about 2 weeks ago, and I had no lyrics, nothing. I had a melody, but I had no lyrics, and I was like, meh, I don't know what to do. And I woke up it was just before Christmas, I woke up one morning, and I had all the lyrics in my head. I wrote them down, sang them that day, song's done. It's just one of those things that you can't force. You have to wait for it to come back around. You know, trying to force creativity is silly. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be creative forcing things. Tried it, doesn't work, trust me. And everyone I've spoken to who has tried that, it doesn't work. You know, you can't force creativity. You have to wait for it to come to you. So these 3 songs I've got, where I don't have any lyrics, I just have to wait. I have to be patient, and I don't like being patient with stuff like that because I want it finished. I'm one of those. I'm like a bit of a completionist in that way, especially when I write a song. I'm like, you know, I have to get this finished. I'm not very good at letting things sit. I like to have a full thing. And but that's just the way it is. You know, it's just what it is. If that makes any sense. Probably not, but hopefully it does. Have you seen Kirk Hammett on Own? Yeah, I know he's owned it for a while now. Do you do a lot of... I think we all copy. Everyone copies. There's nothing original. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's original. You know, you listen to people like, you know, well, anyone. Everyone's got influences from everybody else. You know, you have to go back a long way in musical history to find an original artist. You know what I mean? Because everyone's a copy of somebody else. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know where this thing comes from. Of like, you know, oh, it's really, really bad. You should, like, you know, you shouldn't have influence. I've been told that, like, it's so stupid. Don't have influences. Do your own thing. And this and you. It's like, if you don't have influences, you will never do your own thing because you won't be inspired by anything to do your own thing. You know, you have to go back to people like Eddie Van Halen and Jimi Hendrix to find a real original artist. Somebody doing something that had never ever been done. Up to them appearing. Yngwie Malmsteen. You know what I mean? Richie Blackmore was toying with the classical kind of neoclassical kind of thing in Deep Purple, but Yngwie came along and just kind of totally revolutionized how that's played. Same with Eddie Van Halen and Jimi Hendrix. They revolutionized how the guitar was played and the music they were playing and making revolutionized music. You have to go along. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, another one. Who's written a single song that sounds like Nirvana since Nirvana? No one. But you look at Kurt's influences, and Kurt borrowed from all different places. You know, the Beatles, you know, Leadbelly, people like that. You know, Melvins, all these acts. But it sounded like him, and that's the point. You know, it's that age-old line now of that John Mayer said years and years ago. I heard him say, "It's like you sound like yourself when you fail to sound like your heroes," and that's so true. You know, it really is important. If you got writer's block, play Eric Clapton songs. Muse, everyone rips off Queen. Everyone. The Darkness have done it. Muse have done it. A million other bands have ripped off Queen. And who did Queen rip off? You know, where did they get their ideas from? You know what I mean? Because it all comes from somewhere. You know, it comes out sounding like Queen because Queen were Queen. But the fact is, they're all influenced from somewhere. You know what I mean? Hair dye. We all need it. We don't. No. Let things go naturally. Have you ever done session work? Not really. I can't read music. I don't really get asked to do that kind of thing. I'm not very good at that kind of thing, so not really. I have done stuff like it in the past. I just don't really enjoy doing it. Have you been changing anything about Red Giant songs when playing them live, such as structure, different parts, different lyrics? Not really, no. Not really. I mean, there's occasionally we'll extend bits here and there, but the songs are the songs. You know, you serve the song. It's not about. We did extend the Monsters solo when we did the Anderton sessions, just because Monsters is so short. John Joe, we were waiting to film it, and John Joe said, "Oh, but do you reckon we should just like, you know, just extend the guitar solo a bit?" But no, other than that, nothing really changes. There's no point changing it. The song's the song, you know. Any advice for when someone is in a slump and can't be creative on guitar? Again, same thing like I said about that thing. It's just you just have to wait. It's or you know, or find something that's going to pull you out of it. You know, find something that's going to inspire you. Like for me at this point in time, it's writing songs. You know, that's helping a bit. You know what I mean? So yeah. Are you still using your Marshall jackhammer with a Jubilee? Depends on the setup. If I was using the Jubilee with Red Giant, I'd be using the jackhammer. If I'm just messing around with the Jubilee at home, no, I don't use it. When's the Anthem session going to be out? I have no idea. It's up to them, really. Like I say, it's filmed. I've seen the rough draft. The only thing that happened was they sent me it, and I wanted because we did 2 songs, and I wanted the vocals louder in one of the songs, Monsters. We did Monsters. And the vocal wasn't quite loud enough, so I sent it back to him and said, like, you know, could you just put the vocal a bit louder, please? But it's up to them. You know, they've got their own schedule, and we're not a big part of their schedule, so it's up to them, really. But I'll let you know. When it comes out, I'll let you know. No worries. Do you still have and use NuX damp reverb? Yes, I do. What makes it unique? I don't know. It just sounds amazing. I love the hold function, and there's a shimmer function as well. It's amazing. It's just a great pedal. Jackhammer always on. Kind of. Off and on. It depends. DS2 is always dimed. It is on. Yeah, it is on my gigging board. I never turn the thing down. If I'm doing a jump shanty thing, the volume goes down a bit, but there's a reason for that. Yeah, I mean, and Led Zeppelin sounded like, you know, loads of bands before them, mainly because Jimmy Page ripped off quite a lot of bands, but, you know. But again, you know, there's a good example. Jimmy Page ripped off Dazed and Confused, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, Since I've Been Loving You, Whole Lot of Love, you know, so many songs, but, you know, that's the thing. The cage system for learning guitar, I never understood it and never used it, and I never got my head around it, so I can't really talk about it. Didn't understand it. Still don't. Can't find a solid. I have no idea what that is. Sorry, I don't know. If that's a song, I don't know what that song is. Any opinion on Strats with soft V-necks? Not a fan. Not really a fan. V-necks don't really work for me. There's something about them that's a bit weird. Warship down on Wallace and Gromit, easy. Easy. Yeah, exactly. That age-old line. I think of Joy Division. Yeah, Joy Division. I grew up listening to Joy Division. How often do I gig? Hopefully this year, quite a lot. Who actually wrote Slabo Day? Snowy White won it, from what I've heard. Jimmy Page nicked songs but made them so much better and cooler. I don't know. Debatable. Dazed and Confused was a very cool song to start with. What called? It was called Dazed and Confused, wasn't it? I don't know. Again, personal preference, and at the end of the day, Boss Katana with John's pedal board. Yep, can be done. Easy. No, thank you. Cheers. Hey Joe's not Jimi Hendrix. It's not. No. Any plans on getting a Mustang? If I can find the right one, yeah, definitely. Do you prefer slanted or straight cabs? What about slanted 2x12s? I don't mind. I like straight or angle. I don't really care. If a cab sounds good, it sounds good. I don't really care what it is. Do you believe that life-changing worth purchase? And what would be cheaper alternative? You have to say Boss Katana. I mean, I hate to say it, but the Boss Katana artist head, if you wanted to get it. The Jubilee is an amazing amplifier, and I love it to bits, and I've no desire to sell that thing or get rid of it or ever lose that amp. But if I had to sell it, I would sell it. It's one of those things. You know, I'd be a lot more hesitant to sell my my other amps over it. But it's a fantastic amp. No, it really is one of those, like, whoa, that's one of the best Marshalls I've ever played through. And I've played through 3 different Jubilees now, one being an original, old one. And they are just like, that's an amp. You know, every time I plug into it, plug into one, it's just like, wow, that is an amazing amplifier. Does to Bluegrass? No. Give up smoking. Highway customer Marshall Master Volume. How does the Mini Jubilee compare? I haven't really spent any meaningful time with a Mini Jubilee, so I can't really say. But the one I did try was great. Whether it stacks up to its 100-watt bigger brother, I don't actually know. I can't really say. Are you going to the Birmingham Guitar Show? Probably not. No, I think I'm gigging, so I'm busy, so I can't. What do you think about Marshall Origin? Great amps, really good amps. What interface do you use to connect your guitar to your computer? I use an Apollo, which is very expensive but proper worth it. And I use an Apollo with Luna. Are you still using the Jet Live? No, I haven't used the Jet Live for a long time. I don't even have that one anymore. The red one I've got, though, that I demoed recently, will be coming out live. I'm going to be using that at some point, yeah. Everyone's a fan of Jeff Beck. Have you tried the Super Crush at 8 ohms? Much louder and feels better, subjective. I have. I've tried it at all different ones, but I don't the Super Crush has kind of fallen out of favour with me. I still love it. It's a great amp, but the CR120 is better, in my opinion. I've kind of gone back to that. But I don't really use them anymore. Ever tried a Seagull Acoustic? Yeah, they're really, really good. Osric Technical, nah, not my kind of thing. What do you think about real... Oh, what happened there? Oh, it got retracted. I've reported my new neighbour for antisocial behaviour. Awesome. Thoughts on Mesa Boogie amps? Not the biggest fan of Mesa Boogie. I've never played through a Mesa Boogie I like. I've tried so many Mesa Boogies. I've never played through one that I like. I mean, things might be different now. It's been a long time since I played through a Mesa Boogie, but I don't know. You ever performed live ampless? How do you mean? Acoustic or without an amp, or how do you mean? Chat GPT for writing songs or solos? No, I'm not going to use that. You know, I'm a human being. I don't need AI. Too personal, I'm not answering that one. Are you going to play Europe anytime soon? I don't know. Watch this space. I don't know at this point in time. I'll have to wait and see. We don't know at this point in time. Are your ears still okay after these years of gigging and playing? Yeah, I wear earplugs live. But I like loud. I like things loud. Not too loud, but loud. Do you use any other pedals like the DS2 that your heroes used? I mean, quite a lot of people I like have used the Boss delay modeler. I mean, everyone uses the delay modeler. But other than that, no. There's the John Frusciante section of my pedal board, which is WH10, the WH10, and the DS2. But that's about it, really. Yeah, I've always worn earplugs. HSS Strats, are they any good? Yes, they are. Ankle socks on knee high. Ankle. No, yeah, ankle. I'm not going to knee high. It's ridiculous. Depends how cold it is, though, I suppose. Best bang for your buck starter song? I don't know. Hard to say. Depends on what that person's into, really. Marshall Bluesbreaker pedal sounds nice. The original one or the second one? Do you prefer John's work with Red Chili Peppers or his solo work? I like both. I just don't like John's electronic stuff. It's not really my bag, baby. I'm not really interested in that. But I just like it. It just appeals to me. Did have a drippy reel when we gone surfing. I don't remember what I used to record that. I don't remember. I haven't heard that in years either. Cheers, thank you. Richie Blackmore is amazing. Richie Blackmore does not quite get enough credit, in my opinion, for how amazing he is and how amazing he was back then. OR30. Would you put it above a rocker verb? Yes, I would. The rock verb's great, but I prefer the OR. I just dropped my plectrum. Where it is? Better grab it quickly before it goes into the nether. Yeah, I still don't like that. I just don't like his electronic stuff at all. Which, in my opinion, best pickup for a Strat one can buy regardless of price. Personally, I like Tex-Mex pickups. They're my favourite pickups of all time and space for a Strat. I like them a lot. Have you ever bumped into a fan in public? Very rarely. Very rarely. I don't really go out, though. So, you know. Met Blackmore in a forest once. He was dressed as an elf. Well, I can believe it. I love it. Brilliant. Deep Purple or Black Sabbath? That's a tough one. I don't know. That is a tough one. I don't know if I can answer that. When is the new Silver Jubilee video coming out? It's already out. It was about 2 weeks ago. I think the Jubilee demo came out. What are your opinions on the Fender 68 Custom Twin? I don't know. Don't think I've even tried one. Would you be interested in recording a solo on a song I'm recording? I don't really have time, but thanks very much for the offer. I'm too busy with doing other stuff, like with my own stuff and stuff like that. I don't really have time and filming videos and other stuff. So Maybe in the future if I get time, but you know. But thanks anyway though. Have you ever played a guitar with a fuzzied up? Nope, never even heard of it. How often do you run the Jubilee and the Studio Vintage in stereo? Today was the first time I've ever done it, and it was amazing. It was intoxicating. I did a little video for my Instagram and Facebook. It was great fun. Are you playing different string gauges on your guitars? No, they're all 10 to 46s. Would you do a backing vocal on my debut EP? I can't. I haven't got time. I'm sorry. Plus, you don't want my vocal on your EP. It'll ruin it. I'm sure it'll sound way better without my voice on it. Do more videos on Rory. Yeah, at some point. I just don't know what I'll do. Have you ever tried... Oh, we've been there, haven't we? Don't know about that. I'm not that good. Fuzz face or big muff? Neither, really. Fuzz faces are okay. If I had to pick, it'd be a fuzz face. I really don't like big muffs. What type of pickup do I use? Oh, plectrum. Pick do I use? They're just these, the .60 Dunlop ones. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Doing my best. Failing miserably at keeping my head above the water, but hey, you know, drowning can be fun sometimes. Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan? Jimi Hendrix. Any day of the week, Jimi Hendrix. What was the last day you didn't play guitar? Don't remember. When I was 15? I have no idea. Oh, sorry, I'm missing some of these. What do you think about Soldano SLO amp? They're great. That one I tried at Anders was amazing. If you play a whole cover of live chat, you'll get in trouble. Probably, most probably. I just can't be asked with the faff. Yeah, Christmas ain't the best time. Neither's New Year, to be honest with you. Hendrix or Frusciante? John Frusciante for me. I love Jimmy. Jimmy will always be just below John though, because John is the guy for me. How many hours do I play guitar? I don't know. Varies. What would Dave Simpson tell his younger self? I don't know. I don't know what he would say. I really don't know. I don't know. Tried the Fender Vintera series. Thoughts compared to a real... Fender Vintera series are absolutely nothing like a vintage guitar. Nothing. They're their own thing. I had one. I've got a video coming out with the one I had. It wasn't that great. It was a bit dull and lifeless and a bit drab. And everyone I've tried is a bit drab. They're not that great, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Steve Vai, Joseph Charney. Steve Vai, if I had to pick between the two. It pains me to say that, but yeah. Steve Vai. Tube or solid state? That's an easy answer, isn't it? Tube state. No, solid state for me, please. John versus Peter Green. Again, you can't beat John Frusciante for me. You just can't. I mean, I love Peter Green, but John Frusciante is the man for me. Do you rate Axl Rose as a lead singer and frontman? Yeah. Not so much... He's a great frontman, not so much a great singer anymore. But I think Axl in his prime, yeah, he's a force of nature. You're going to struggle to beat that. Do you think it's a compliment for someone to do a cover of a Red Giant song? Yeah, I would say that is a compliment, yeah. I'd be blown away if someone did a cover of a Red Giant song. It'd blow my mind. I remember, like, there's been a few people, like, at Vigi, for instance, and a couple of other people have done, like, covers of, like, Y and Monsters, and it's, like, it's mind-blowing. Because to me, everything I do is garbage, so I'm like, why would anyone want to play a Red Giant song? You know, it doesn't make sense to me, but, you know, it's cool. If weight wasn't an issue, would you still prefer solid state? Yes. Have you been to Download Festival? No. I don't really go to festivals. You ever tried a Yamaha Pacific guitar? Yes, they're great guitars. John and Josh, easy. I'm not even going to think that one. Gary Moore was a monster. Gary was a one of a kind, and there'll never be another one. How's the band doing? Yeah, it's doing all right. A few struggles. American Vintage 2-Strat or an Oswald? Oswald any day of the week. I've got to be honest, I'm not impressed with any of the new Fenders. I've tried a few, and I'm just not impressed with any of them. Like, when I think about, like, the 60, like Mr. White, for instance, or the 60s reissues that I've had from the past, these guitars just don't stack up, in my opinion, to the older ones. I don't know, that might sound a bit weird and maybe even a bit elitist to say that, because better back the old ones were better. But I think they actually were. I don't know what it is about, like, the Fender Interiors and the, you know, the new ones. They're just very dull and lifeless. There's like nothing to them. There's no character. There's no life in them. It's really weird, really weird. So if I had to choose between it, I'd go for an Oswald because they feel alive. You know, they feel like what they are. Thank you. How you doing? I'm not feeling better, but thanks very much. Famous drummers dead or alive you like to play with? I think all my favourite drummers are dead now. I'd love to have played with Mitch Mitchell, but Mitch in the day, not as he was. I don't know. Hard to say. This is Red Jack. Thank you very much. Have you ever... Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, Josh did what he had to do. Do you think John would contribute to the rumoured Scottish movie based on Anthony's book? I don't think I should do a movie on Anthony Kiedis' life. Or anything like that. And I don't think John would be interested in that kind of thing. It doesn't come across that way, but who knows? No worries. Nick's gonna love it. He's got a hell of a waiting list now, Nick has, but yeah, it's great. It's worth it. What do you think of jet guitars? Jet guitars are great. Old Squires versus new, which is best? It depends on the model. The classic vibes and like the Sonic series, the Bullets when they were there, stuff like that. They're great guitars. You know, I still have a problem with the Affinities. I still think the Affinity are the worst range of guitars that Squire have. I don't know why that is, because they're supposed to be like a mid thingy, because you got that classic vibe, which is like the Pearly King of Squire, and then Affinity, and then Sonic. But I think the Affinity is a weaker instrument than the others. But they're great guitars. Squire are great guitars. I would avoid the Affinities. Any plans of gigging up north near Liverpool? Yeah, we're playing in Blackpool. The end of next month. We're playing in Blackpool then. We're playing in Blackpool in March, and we're also playing there in May when we go on tour. Vintage Fender or new Tokai? Depends. Japanese or Mexican Fenders, they're both great. You know, you can't really go wrong with either. But you kind of can if you go for a new one. Hard to say. There was something about those 60s, those Mexican 60s reissues from like the early 2000s. They were magical. They really were. I wish I hadn't sold my red one. I know why I did sell my red one. But it's kind of like one of those things. What do you feel is an absolute must when learning music theory? Learn what you need to learn. Don't learn what you don't need. You know, that's the key there. Why buy a vintage Fender? There are so many cheaper alternatives that are amazing. True, but there's certain things that new ones don't have that certain old ones do have. It's a weird thing. Do you need a better start member for Red Giant? I'm afraid not, no. Thanks so much, though. Tube Screamer or Overdrive? Distortion. I don't have or use an overdrive pedal. I use distortion pedals at different levels. I realised that the other week, actually, when I was like, oh, I don't actually use an overdrive pedal for all distortion pedals. And I really hate Tube Screamers. Ever thought about a string ball for the Revelation? Revelation's... It's too far gone, I think. But I know what you mean. Maybe, who knows? Never say never. Are expensive guitars worth money? Some are. It's dependent. Sometimes you'll come across a really, really expensive guitar, but you're just like, I can't leave this. I've had that a couple of times. My 62, the 79 Strat, my Adam Jones Les Paul, and my Gibson Les Paul. Those 4 guitars were really expensive. And they were the guitars where I was like, I can't not have this guitar. You know, there's just something about it that's really, really special. Obviously, the 79's up for sale, and I kind of want it gone. But that's for different reasons. It's not because it's a crap guitar. It's an amazing guitar. I just can't look at it, and I just don't want it. Using people buying Boss Katana Ace. Glad you're enjoying it. What pedals are you currently in the market for? None. I'm not looking. Yeah, I'm not looking. Quite happy where I am. Do you have, or would you get a 12-string electric? I used to have a 12-string electric. I had two. Actually, I had a double neck and a weird parts kit 12-string. It was really, really good. They're really cool, but I've never really kind of needed one. It would be nice to have one at some point, though. Do you have any Gibsons? Yeah, I've got one. I've got my Les Paul Standard. It's an amazing guitar. Where do you sell my guitars? I only sell my guitars locally through Facebook Marketplace. Because mainly I don't want to ship guitars. I don't like shipping guitars. It feels weird and bad experiences. So yeah, I only sell them locally. So if you want one, unfortunately you have to come and get it from me. Or I'm happy to meet at a certain place if need be, but within reason, obviously. What solo song did you wish you wrote yourself? There's a million. There's absolutely millions of songs and solos I wish I'd written. Do you still have the Adam Jones Epiphone? Yep, still got that. That's going nowhere. I can't bring myself to look at it most of the time, but it's still there. Do I still have Brian May guitar? No, I sold that. That's gone. Both my guitar teachers gave me tube screamers. They are the thing, aren't they? Yeah, John's last solo album was nonsense, in my opinion, but that's me. Super surprised Counterculture Mob haven't come down Kiedis for a picture show. I think they're going to. Watch this space with that one. Just give it a bit, and they will. They'll go on a witch hunt after him. Jerry Control and Zach Wild should have formed a band. I think that would have been amazing. That would have been cool. What's the worst your sleep schedule has ever been? The worst my sleep schedule has ever been is now. The past 6 months, since July, I have never experienced such bad sleep. I don't know if you can tell, by the way. I always look tired. Because I always am. I have nightmares. I never, ever really get nightmares unless I'm ill. And you have like those weird fever dreams. Like recently when I had this cold, I had a fever dream that I was been driven around Tokyo with 4 railway locomotives in my pockets. Explain? I can't understand that one. But my sleeping schedule at this point in time is utter tripe. I don't sleep. I haven't slept since June. It doesn't feel like anyway. Anyway. Sorry, I'm missing some of these. Do apologise if I missed something. A Tube Screamer. Oh, something about Tube Screamer. Are you doing a collab with Andertons again anytime soon? No. Kiedis is super sketchy, dude. He is indeed. But, you know, the culture he was in at the time and the way he's brought up, you kind of have to look at that with Anthony and understand that, like, he is that way for a reason. You know, it pains me to say that because, like, I think some of his actions over the years are inexcusable. I'm not standing up for those things. But you've got to look at Anthony Kiedis' upbringing, with his dad especially. You know, he had an hard time of it. It wasn't an easy life. And it's no wonder he was the way he was. I mean, especially when he started to get a bit of notoriety, a bit of money and a bit of fame. That's a man who was destined to go off the rails. And to go off the rails hard. And he did. You know, you read his book, you can see it. It's all over the place. And you have to kind of look at that. You have to I think you have to understand people's history to understand their, like, you know, their life fully and, you know, judge accordingly. There's certain things that Anthony's done that you can't defend. And I don't think he would defend it now, looking back at it. And I don't think he does defend some of his actions. And that accountability, I think, is good. Because you realise what you did wrong. Doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it better because you still did it. But to know the fact that you did it and to be kind of like humbled by it, I think is important. But it's dodgy. It is dodgy. I know what you mean. Is John Frusciante a stronger songwriter or player? He's both. He can do both. He's one of those creepy people. Depending on who you ask, of course. You're one of the most energetic people. Cheers. I don't feel like it, but thanks very much. You going to a lot of concerts 2025? Nope, but I'll be hopefully playing a lot. I'm not interested in going to any. I want to play them. Where did I buy Mr. White? In my hometown. Local guitar shop called Musicality. It's the growth that is important. It is indeed. You need to grow as a person. You need to understand what you do that's wrong and what's right and act accordingly as you grow up, you know. Have you ever tried a Fender Baja Telecaster? I have, yeah. We used to have one in the old hat. It's quite good. It was quite a good guitar. I didn't think it was that great, but it was got a pretty good guitar. I wouldn't have one. Let's put it that way. I don't have a practice routine. I don't do routine. Of course it is. What do you think about amps for computer? I don't use them things. I have tried stuff like that, but it's not. I don't like it. Are you ever going to move out of your parents' house and grow up? Ooh, diddums. I've upset someone every day. Look out. There's a troll amongst us, and he's sad. Be careful. Question about Matt. I find it super hard to improvise the first solo and live version sound a bit weird to my ear when John improvises. Something about the chord progression. No, it's just E minor. To start My Lovely Man solo, it's always good to just unison bending. It's basically a no holds barred guitar solo. Stevie Nicks fan, not really, no. Favourite song of Definitely Maybe? Slide Away. Slide Away is Definitely Maybe, isn't it? I'm so bad with song titles. Yeah, Slide Away. Because it's an amazing song. Tough crowd. Best Fleetwood Mac song? Oh, no. It's subjective, isn't it? I like how people still say stuff like that when the job market is absolutely... Yeah, exactly, yeah. Radiohead fan. To a point, yeah. Haters who use jealous type. They are indeed, yeah, definitely. Favourite fruit, bananas. Love a banana. Do I? Indeed. Favourite Rory album from the 80s? I have no idea. Oh, thank you very much indeed. Tiny Throttle for £10. Massive fan of cheap, well-built guitars, antiquity artists. Yeah. My question is, after slowly warming to the telly, who, in your opinion, does the best telecopies? Revelation did a great telecopy, but they don't. I don't think Revelation exists anymore. Jet, though, to be honest with you, Jet do an amazing Telecaster. I did have one for a brief period, and that's really good. Jet are really, really good. They're worth definitely checking out. Elliott Smith, not my kind of thing. My sister loves Elliott Smith, but not my kind of thing. Play a Firebird, it would fit. I love Firebirds. I would love a Firebird. I really would. Please play your favourite chord progression. Oh, I've got too many favourite chord progressions. Sorry, period question. No worries. The ebony board on Silverburst Epi. Is it matte or the lacquered or normal? It's slightly polished. It's not completely matte, but it's not like super shiny. The ebony on the Adam Jones. It's very nice. I'll just say that it's very nicely finished. Top Priority is a great album. I love Jeff Buckley. Jeff Buckley is one of my favourite artists of all time. Although I feel robbed. Poor Jeff. I feel sorry for him. How do you find other musicians to meet you with? In this day and age, I don't know. Cheers. Is John 5 on the radar? Not really, no. He's an amazing guitarist, John 5. He's absolutely mental, but it's not my kind of playing. I'm not interested. If I can't feel it, I don't care about it. You know what I mean? Not sure what to do. Go back and try it again, is what I would say. How often do you use your white Jag with a top? Not much. Mainly because it's kind of tainted. I've spoke about that in my guitar collection video. It's a bit of a weird one, that guitar. I'll never sell it. I'll never get rid of it. You can buy it from Miss State Style when I'm dead. But it's a funny guitar, that one. It's a really funny guitar. Love your Shanty solo cover. No, cheers, thanks. Jet by Wings. It's just Alan Partridge. Thanks. I know what you mean. Yeah. I can't. I don't know what. I don't know. One of my favorite chord progressions is just. It's quite simple. You can go E minor to D major. It's quite cool. You can do so much with that. Get a loop of it going. Add something else over top. And do something else over the top as well, like. Add a bit of this as well. Anyway. Oh, there was a super chat. Oh, cheers. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Will do. Red Giant get groupies? No. With a face like this? No, you don't get groupies with a face like me. Did you get anything guitar related for Christmas? No. Cheers. Favorite and least favorite John Frusciante solo albums? Anything he's done recently. Basically anything he did since the Empyrean. Cheers. Nah, no groupies on the gig vlogs. Nah, exactly. You see, you would see them if they were there. But you get an ugly T word like me fronting a band. You ain't gonna get any groupies. Let's put it that way. What's your opinion on maple necks? Love maple necks. Yep. I don't really care what the neck is. As long as the neck's good, I'm happy. Any chance for John's CD on sale? No. I won't put the John Frusciante. The album's on the Bandcamp. That's where it's going to stay. I'm not really going to do any physical copies of it. Spot on, actually. There is always like, oh, what strings do you use? Some people actually come up and complain that I'm using a solid state. But hey, you know, that happens every now and again. Some people actually come up and then go, that valve amp sounds amazing. And it's like, it's not a valve amp, which I get a cheap chuckle from. Favourite Metallica era is Cliff or Jason? I like Jason, personally. I like Jason Newsted. I love Cliff Burton, but I like Jason Newsted era of Metallica. It's the one I grew up listening to. To got myself a classic vibe 50 Strat for Christmas. Nice. Water guitar. Do Strats sound better tuned to E flat? They sound better in any tuning. Strats just rule the roost, regardless. Do you like Reverend guitars? Never tried one, so I can't say. You ever mess around with any synth stuff? Yeah, occasionally. I'm not very good at it, so you're never going to hear it, but I mess around with it. Less than the middle age. It's alright. I'm nearly there. Not far off middle-aged. Anyway, thoughts on Robert Trower. Robert Trower is great. It's not really kind of on my radar, so to say, but he's a great guitarist. Does a good guitar inspire you to play? Yes, it does. It does. A really good guitar that you like the look of, feel of, and sound of will inspire you. 39 is not middle-aged, no. Middle-aged is 50, isn't it, apparently, because it's middle 50 to 100. Technically, what would middle-aged be in the Middle Ages? 15, if you were lucky? An average 61. Yeah, they are great guitars. They're really good guitars. Top gets the groupies. Yeah, that's true. Do you know Golden Brown by the Stranglers? I do indeed. Fantastic song. Grew up again listening to that stuff. Any joy in finding a new bass player, seeing put audition? Yeah, no, absolutely nothing. No, we're still looking for a new bass player. No, Jason can't sing, but I think his backing vocals were perfect for what Metallica needed them to be. What's the best Gretsch I've ever played? Good question. It was probably a red Duo Jet. Is it a Duo Jet? Yeah, it is. We had an old hat from the 50s. Absolutely fantastic guitar. Love your tone. Does your pedalboard have any new delay pedals since the last pedalboard? No. I've actually got a video coming out end of January about my pedalboard. I actually filmed it months ago, but I haven't released it yet. But I've got a video coming up talking through my updated pedal, well, an update on my pedalboard. It's not really updated. It hasn't really changed apart from one pedal. So, you know, yeah. 60s middle-aged, so middle-aged would be 30, yeah. Crikey, can you imagine that? What a mental thing. Do you have us to Captain Beefheart? Not really, no. I think they are as well. And if they're not all taken, they're session players, session bassists that cost you an arm and a leg to hire. Are you aware of Mary Spender? Yes, I am. I know who she is, yeah. Wish Gretsch necks were a bit wider. I actually don't like wide necks. Gretsch necks are quite nice, but I know what you mean. I understand what you mean. Do you run a line out of your amp directly into your camera, or do you record video and audio separately? No, I run a line out to my camera. I just use an SM57. The SM57 plugs... Again, I've got a video of this coming out as well, actually, how I film my videos. So I'm not going to say too much, but yeah, pretty simple. Do you eat much chocolate over Christmas? Not really, no. I am a snacker, though. I'm a cow. I'm a grazer. So, yeah. Hard question. You got a favourite Beatles album? No, not really. What's your favourite scale to play on why? I don't know. Whatever. I don't really think about that. Do you like playing in alternate tunings? Yes, I do. I do like alternate tunings, especially Open C. Open C is a fantastic tuning. Do you have a floating trem on any of your strats? No. I've tried it over and over and over and over and over and over again, and every time I hate it and I put them back to be on the deck. Quite sure of roses. Ooh. I think I'm going to say roses. Have you written about Charlie in any songs we've heard from you? No, I haven't. I'm sure I will at some point. I do have a song that will probably be on the next Red Giant album about people who aren't here anymore. And it's called You're Not Here, I'm Not There. At this point in time. I demoed it. I actually wrote it in 2020. And I didn't understand what it was about at the time. But that's all about people who are no longer with you. So it'll probably be on the next Red Giant album. It's got a really kind of Hendrixy kind of thing to it. But yeah. The intro you played on Andy's channel is one of the greatest things ever. Thank you very much. Do I like the 1 Hot Minute album? It's not bad. It's not one of my favourites, though. It's not been bad, yeah. When you start to play arpeggios with additional... I don't know what that means, but okay. Columbus guitar. Which one? It does feed back. Oh, the hollow body. It does feed back like a monster, yeah. It whistles a lot. But I quite like that. I like it. It's unhinged. The guitar feels like I do at this point in time, unhinged. So yeah, it flies off the handle like me as well, so that's good. Does the lack of Danny Kerwin footage stress you out like it does me? Yeah, the lack of Peter Green footage stresses me out even more. Because at least you can see Danny play in some videos, but Peter's like It's like hen's teeth. But tried rolling jazz chorus. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan of that. HSS chat. Single coils. If I had to pick, it has to be 3 single coils. I don't use it live anymore, but it has to be 3 single coils. In fact, it's what I play all the time is single coils. I only play humbuckers really if I'm recording or gigging. It's John Joe, everybody. Say hello to everyone. Say hello to Mr. John Joe Gasking, the best drummer in the world, bar none. That's what you didn't answer. No worries. Speak to you then. You ever played a Gibson Birdland? No, I've never tried a Birdland. Awesome. Let me know how you get on with that jet. Let me know. Just found your channel recently. Oh, thank you very much. Dave doesn't accept calls. Carrier pigeon, actually. You have to. The only way you can contact me is carrier pigeon. Would you ever do an unplugged gig version of your music? Yeah, happily. He is indeed an amazing drummer. And an amazing person as well. Would you paint any guitars? Yes, and have done. Will you do a review on the K Effector? Already have. Yeah, already have. It was last month, I think that came out. Jubilee and Plexi in stereo. There's a video coming on that, but if you want to go to my Instagram or YouTube, you'll see a video I did today on that. Guitar instructional video? No, you don't want to see me do that. I have no idea how to do that kind of thing. Will you do more close-up vids? Probably not. I don't know. Pound on Lanterns a new year. It's up to them. It's not up to me. No worries. New strings on Mr. Ed? No. These are very old now. I don't remember. Judging by the dirt and the dust inside the string furls in the back, I haven't restrung Mr. Red for a long time. Sound great. Yeah. Yeah, anyone who's got Red Giant merch, you all have to thank John Joe for that. John Joe and Diane, they both did an amazing job. Why does my Golden Plexi pedal sound? I don't know. Depends on what your amp is, EQ is. Do you play any classical guitar? Not anymore, no. I tried, but I'm crap at it, so no. My brain road for 2025. Everyone else thinking that? Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I don't even know what 2024 has been. It's been a mess. When you go on that pedal show, I don't think I am going on that pedal show ever. I would highly doubt I'll ever be on that show. Which are your favourite plectrums? These ones. 0.60 Jindal ones. Where can you get Red Giant merch? The website. www.redgiantofficial.com. Can you use a volume knob as a standby? Not really. But it'll shut things up, but it's not really the same thing. Any chance of seeing your band here in the United States? Not yet, no. Sadly. Things don't work that way, but we can hope, but things aren't that simple. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You grow apart from certain things. Ever thought of making a biography where you're played by a chimp? No, but now I want that to be I want that to happen. That'd be one of the best things ever. Favorite Red Dwarf episode? I've got loads. One of my favorites, Legion. I love Legion. That's one of my favorite episodes. There's a lot. But if I had to pick up one, maybe that. The world's going to end next year, most probably. I know you're not a big Gilmour fan. Oh, I am. I love Dave Gilmour. Are you still looking for a permanent bass player for Red Giant? Yes. We are. We do have Kira, and we've got my brother to play most of the gigs we've got so far. But things are tough. But bass player, it's a lot you have to be able to do, and there's also certain things. It's not, there's a lot going on. Ever seen Chipper's 92 with John Paper? Yes, it's insane, isn't it? It's hysterical in a way. Yeah, always be a proud MG player. I'm actually using the MG Live as much as I can. We've got a gig. We've got 2 gigs next month where I really want to use the MG. I don't think I'm going to get to because it's a lot easier being a support act with a combo, sadly. But I don't know. We'll see. In all seriousness, that pedal show gives the impression you need to spend anger. Yeah, it is. They are what they are. I ain't got any qualms with that pedal show. They are what they are. They love very expensive gear. They love their their tube screamers and dumbles and the expensive stuff, and that's cool. That's what they do. That's what they are, and that's fair enough. I ain't got a problem with that. Would you do a music production video? No. There's better people out there who can do that. Do you like Red Hot Chili Peppers live? Yeah, that's an amazing gig. Take the guitar, exactly. That's what I'm gonna. That's what I mainly do. Is I'll be either using the amps of the year will be the MG if I can, Boss Katana Artist Mark III, and my Fender Bassman. They'll be the 3 amps I use mostly. Should gig at Jubilee. I have a plan. Maybe we'll see. I will gig it at some point, but we'll see when it is. In the end, it is an amazing jam. You're right. Danny Gatton, if so, is he all that? It depends on what you like. Danny Gatton was an amazing player, but that's what he was. He was an amazing player. Whether you like what he plays or not is totally up to you. For me, it doesn't really do much for me, but you got to respect the man's ability. You know what I mean? Saw I read at Chili Peppers live at Millennium Stadium a years ago. James Brown was supporting him. It was amazing. Yeah, ace. I saw him at Hyde Park when James Brown was supporting him there. It was amazing. Favourite John Strat apart from the 62? The 55. I love that thing. Best Strat has to pick ups in your opinion and why? Tex-Mex. They just sound like a Strat. My opinion. Favourite riff to play? Too many to pick one. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like I say. What was your first single vinyl you bought? I don't know. I have no idea. I think it was Iron Maiden. First Iron Maiden record. I'm not, not when it came out, but I'm not that old. Yeah. Fuzz Facing the Vox. Yeah, that works. It's good sound, that. Did I see your name on a magazine cover? What was it? Yes, you would have done. I don't know where it would have been, but maybe. Do your neighbours ever complain about the noise? Luckily not. No. They've been my neighbours since I started playing guitar. I think they're just used to it now. He does. It's because it's E flat, isn't it? The Fiesta Red Strat's in E flat for Black Summer. I really wish John wouldn't improvise a guitar solo on Black Summer as well, because that. What is the solo? I've totally forgotten what the solo is. Something like that. It was a bit ropey, but yeah. Have you ever tried any quilt amps? No, I haven't. No. Paul Diano was an awesome singer. I agree. Big Thin Lizzy fan. Yeah, I love Thin Lizzy. It is, isn't it? It's great. Yeah. Oliver on TikTok. Not on TikTok, no, but I know him well. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. You can't really beat Iron Maiden, can you? With Paul or Bruce. I'm off to watch Kid Games too. Okay, go for it. Enjoy. Good night. I'm going to have to get off as well in a minute. Hybrid Theory, ace. Has Dad appeared on the channel? And would he? No, I don't think he would. He's appeared in one video very briefly as he walked through a door while I was filming a video once. But other than that, he hasn't really appeared, no. We'll be doing gigs in Ireland. Hopefully at some point I'd love to play in Ireland. I never played in Ireland, I'd love to. 7.25 or 9.5, I don't really care. As long as the neck feels good, I'm fine. Find yourself in a gig time machine. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. Do I like any metalcore? Not really, no. Beans on toast or next to toast? Beans on toast. They have to be on there. Yeah, you want that bean juice to saturate. So yeah, they've got to be on. I love how there's like an undercurrent argument going on. I love it. Anyway, Highway 1. Do you recommend changing pickups in order to get? No, Highway 1 will get John's sound. Apart from the humbucker, if you got a humbucker Highway 1, that humbucker won't do it, obviously, but the neck pickup will. What is the best noiseless pickup for a Strat in your opinion? I would probably say Fishman's. I think they're probably the best. Thank you very much indeed. Talkie, yeah, exactly. As long as it's not something bready. Have you seen played the Squire debut Strat from Amazon? No, but I'm going to get one and do a video on one at some point. And we'll see what I like. Why have you stopped playing your 62 Strat? I haven't. I was playing it today. I play that thing literally nearly every day. To the point where I think I've pretty much broken the volume control now. I think the volume control is pretty knackered. I might have to get a new volume pot for it soon. Favourite Noel Gallagher solo song? Dead in the Water. Yeah, there's that. There's Lock All the Doors as well. I think my favourite one is Broken Arrow, though. I think that's my favourite Noel solo song is Broken Arrow. Wow, what a song. Are there any key exercises you do to practice? There is a few. It's just like noodly stuff more than anything. Custom Strat built with psychedelic symbol. Cool. Now I'll let them go at it. Do you get tickets for Oasis gig next year? Nope. John Joe tried. I remember John Joe saying he tried to get gigs for the Oasis thing, and he was like 6,000 in the queue or something like that. It's the most ridiculous thing. Yeah, the Fluence noiseless ones. Yeah, those ones. Richie Kotzen tell it. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I picked one up and I just did not like it at all. If you go on any of the videos I've done for Oswald Guitars, you'll find his link. But it's oswaldguitars.nl. If you want the website. Did self-repairing guitars scare you at all? Yes, it did. But I'm glad I did it. It's something I would really recommend to do. It's really cool to kind of like, you know, to get into that kind of thing. It saves you money as well. What do you guys think of Engel amps? Engel amps are great. Engel amps are really great amps. Yeah, you can't really, you know, you can go wrong with them to an extent, but they're fantastic amplifiers. Japanese Strats, good. They're great. The Japanese guitars I've played are fantastic. There's only a handful of times where I played a Japanese guitar and it's been like, meh. Do you play any slide guitar? Not so much these days because I think there's too much of it. But I do like playing slide. But I try and keep away from it if I can. Hello. Ibanez Destroyer. I love the Destroyers. Yeah, they look amazing. I mean, what a cool name as well. The Ibanez Destroyer. I mean, God. It's one of the coolest names for a guitar ever. Electronic tuners. In which way? You're my main inspiration. Well, thank you very much. I prefer string and pickup height setting your strats. Pickup's really low, string's not very high. You can see where our pickups go. They're not very high. The action isn't very high either. Done the high action stuff before. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Funny enough, I still use my Boss Katana Mark II artist more than I use any of my others. It's mainly because I've got it dialed in to really well like it. But yeah, definitely go for it. If you want one, go for it. That's a really good price as well. If that was near me, I'd be buying it. Giant Band Gentle Giant. Never really listened to him, to be honest. Yeah. Ever played a drum? I've tried to play drums. You don't want to hear it. Trust me. If you ever got asked to play Ballyshannon, what would the reaction be? Something like this. It'd be amazing. Is Red Giant picking up more gigs now? Or we're just being made more aware through videos. Hopefully, we're getting more gigs. I mean, we got a tour. We've got 5 days off in May where we're not gigging. The rest of the days we're gigging in May. So May is going to be amazing. I cannot wait. So 50-watt Mark 1, they're amazing. Yeah, I've still got mine as well. Just don't want to get rid of it. Could not part with it. Mesa Boogie Amp, spoke about it earlier on. Not really a big fan. But again. Do you like Faith No More or Primus? Not really, no. I never really settled with them. I love a story about someone at a show telling you the right way to play Voodoo Child, and Joe said something smart. Yeah, that was brilliant. But somebody said, oh, if you want to learn how to play Voodoo Child, you need to listen to this guy. And Joe turned around and said, no, I think we'll listen to Jimi Hendrix. Exactly. Jimi Hendrix will probably be like, I own that. Anyway. Yamaha Revstar. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of them personally. Have a Giant coming south at all? Yeah, we are. We're playing in Minehead soon. We're also playing in London, New Milton. We're playing quite a lot down south. In May, especially. Any chance to Red Giant in Germany in the future? Yes, hopefully so. Fingers crossed. Do you rate The Who and Roger Daltrey? Kind of. No. Will Red Giant be in Cornwall next year? Not next year, no. It's kind of like a year on, year off kind of thing. So we'll if we last long enough, we'll be there in 2026 hopefully. But next year, no, we won't be playing. Well, we might be playing somewhere near there next year. I don't know. We'll see. Next year is going to be interesting. How important do you think it is to learn songs and riffs by ear? Very important. It's almost paramount. You need to do it. No, I can't. I can't slap and pop on anything. I'm crap on the bass. But I can get by on it, but I'm not very good. Should absolutely try to get some gigs here in Norway. That'd be good. What rig do you reckon Hendrix would play through if he was still around? I personally think if Jimmy was still around, he'd be using like an Axe FX or a Kemper, personally. Just for ease, because it's got a million different sounds in one place. You know, I don't think he won't be using a Marshall Plexi, that's for sure. You need a good singer to make it big. No, we don't. We need me. And we're not going to get another singer. So I won't take offence at it, but it's just not going to happen. And who are you comparing me to? Because the sound of Red Giant is my voice. Because they're my songs. Band of Reef, no. Hendrix Friedman. I don't think he would use Friedman. I don't think he'd use an amp because Jimmy was always looking for new things. So, what's your football club? It was Liverpool. I don't have one anymore, though. I used to support Liverpool when I was younger, though. Did you learn guitar mainly by ear? Yes, mainly by ear. I can't really read tab very well. It takes me ages to read tab because I'm dyslexic. So. Is it hard writing simple songs? Yeah, it is. It's a lot easier to write complex, heavy, like crazy stuff. Because you can just go ape. There's no limits. Writing a couple of chords. if you're like a super technical guitarist, that's not going to be enough for your ego. You have to put your ego aside when writing a song. It's all about the song and not about what you want it to be. You know what I mean? You have to have that ability to go, this is enough. That's a verse. It's just simple chords. In all fairness, that's going to get people way more than you doing. That kind of stuff, you know, odd time signatures, disjointed melodies and stuff like that. This that's going to get 99% more people than anything crazy. I've seen it happen. And the song I always use as a good example of this is Bryan Adams, Everything I Do It For You. I think it's the best-selling single of all time. I think it was the longest in the charts of all time. And it's basically 3 chords. It's genius. That song is absolute, it's a songwriting masterclass. But again, same with Oasis and stuff like that. If you're super technical whiz kid on the guitar, and I've learned this Yngwie Malmsteen. It has to be in every song. You're not serving a song. You need to serve a song. The song has to be what the song is. You know, and if it's 3 chords, it's 3 chords. If it's slow, it's slow. If it's not this, it's not that. It's not about serving your ego. A song isn't about serving your ego. A song is about serving the song and what the song's about, lyric-wise, subject matter-wise. You know, you can't have a song like that and just go whittly over the top of it. And I think you need to be told sometimes that you're trying too hard. I had to tell myself it when we were doing the Red Giant album. I would go back and I would add extra bits to these songs because I was like, oh, I don't think that's not enough, and this isn't enough, and that's not enough. And it's a load of nonsense. You end up writing a load of crap because you're trying to serve your ego. You're trying to get like, oh, I need to make this more flashy, instead of just being in the song and letting the song do the talking. And again, like I say, Bryan Adams, that song, C, G, F major, back to G. Those 3 chords will get you. And he does this amazing minor drop in Everything I Do To You, where he goes to D minor, and it's just the most gorgeous drop. It goes from G major to D minor. I mean, that gets me. And this is the point, is I'm not interested in music that I can't feel. If that music doesn't go inside, I'm not interested. You know, all this kind of nonsense, you can keep it. I don't care about that. I want to feel something. I want to feel comfort in music. And invariably those songs are 3 chords, 4 chords long. And they're chords as well. There's no riff in Everything I Do It For You, barring the piano. But if you're playing it on guitar, there's no riff. It's just chords, man. Oh my God. Put the cloudburst in. Wait for the drop. Wait for it. Oh. I mean, that is just like everything. And then back to C. And back to G, C. And then later on in the song, when it comes out the guitar solo, goes to that, you know, that kind of like B section chorus where it gets to D. He changes it. Instead of going from D minor to C and then back to D minor, he goes to a G, and it's just magical. Then he goes to the verse and does this. I mean, and then give me that over Widdly, any day of the week. It's the same as like Oasis tracks. I mean, the song "Stand by Me" by Oasis, G, B7, C sus, D. I mean, that's a chord progression. Like Live Forever and stuff like that. Easy chords, exactly. Yeah, and it can be, because it's so simple, everyone can relate to it. There's nothing in there that you need a degree in to understand, like, oh, we're playing in 1719 time. There's only been a handful of bands that will live on in longevity that can do that kind of thing. Tool, Rush, there's a few others. There's not many bands that can do crazy stuff and appeal to a wide range of people. You get people of all ages and backgrounds listening to bands like Tool and Rush, whereas bands like Polyphia appeal to just a certain thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get certain classic rockers like Polyphia, but they're going to love certain Rush songs and they're going to love certain Tool songs. You know what I mean? Anyway, I could waffle on that for ages. Stone Roses do it exactly. Stone Roses do it well. Exactly. I can't remember how that goes, but yeah. I Want to Be Adored, 3 chords. I mean, God, and that's a song. Queen of Evil Bands, yeah, true. Rush are amazing, exactly. They're one of the only bands that do complex music that appeals to a big audience. Song Limelight, for instance, I mean, that just gets you. Major Tomato, yeah. That is just like magical to me. There's just something in that. Yeah, or there's chords. It doesn't have to be a riff. You don't have to have a riff. You can just have chords. I really like what I call chord riffs. Monsters. Monsters is a chord riff because you're just playing chords, but it's still a riff, but it's chords. Yeah. AC/DC chords from their name. Yeah. Other music genres you don't like to listen to play. Yeah, there's loads. There's loads of music genres I don't like. And that's okay. You're allowed to not like. You don't have to like everything. I don't understand where that thing comes from. Like, oh, you don't like this. It's ridiculous. The song is all coherent, yeah, and it's a really good song as well. It's really well written, and the song is important. Yeah, it takes time, but you get there. What song was it? Which one? All of us. Thank you very much. Thank you. I love Manic Street Preachers. Have you ever listened to... No. T Dan were pretty poppy, yeah. Thank you very much. Take guitar lessons from Noel Gallagher. Yes, you should. Noel Gallagher's guitar solos are some of the best guitar solos that have ever been. You Live Forever, Doll Back in Anger. Some of these guitar solos are legendary. Not because they're crazy or they're technically amazing. It's because they're iconic. Because they're part of the song. That is just mind-blowingly good. And again, mean, God. That is insane. I mean, that run as well, that is such a gorgeous run. The way he works his way back up is incredible. Absolutely incredible. It really is. And Noel would do this a lot as well, especially on the Be Here Now album. Like, songs would start. You know, just simple stuff like that. Yeah. Slide away, start. Yeah, slide away. That was a bit ropey, but yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. Have you ever felt difference between the Orange Crush 120 and no? There's no difference. It's a different name for some reason. I don't really know why that is. Very true. Yeah, being friends with Johnny Marr will help that. Supersonic, yeah. God, Noel did this thing. I'm going to get off in a sec, but I need to just do this. So, in Supersonic, which I got. So, in Supersonic, later on, down the line, like around Heathen Chemistry kind of era, Noel would do this run on the guitar in the Supersonic solo that is just, it's 4 notes, but the way it fits to the chord progression is so perfect, because you get the and then you invariably come down to like a low thing. That kind of thing. But then he would do a run like this. Then you stick on the wah pedal. Those notes. I mean, that is just I want to be able to. I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. That's amazing. Your John Frusciante chord progression video is my favorite. Awesome. Do a song with Liam Gallagher. That'll never happen. Yeah. But there was some great guitarists that came around in the 90s. There really was. Anyway, I'm going to have to get off because it's late. And I'm going to leave it on the Supersonic solo, which I'll probably get copyright flagged for. Didn't think about that. I got carried away. It used to be nice when you could do these kind of things to demonstrate. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for being on live stream, everybody. I'm going to get off now. Exhausted. Favorite Tone-Master amp? Bassman, I think, is my favorite Tone-Master amp I've played through at this point in time. Although, I don't know. I love the Deluxe. I've still got the Deluxe. The Super Reverb, not my favorite. I love the Super Reverb, but the Bassman, there's something in that. Cheers, thank you. This Talk to Me, will you play it live again? Oh yeah, we'll play it live again. That's the song. Talk to Me's not going anywhere. That's one of my favourite songs I've ever written. And if God's willing, it'll be on the next Red Giant album. I'm going to make it a Red Giant song, not a trio song. It needs to be revived. But I love Talk to Me. It's one of my favourite songs that I've ever written, ever. And it says so much and is so poignant to me right at this point in time. But that is what it is. Cheers. Right, anyway, thanks very much indeed. Massive thanks for the super chats as well. If you gave on a super chat, thank you very much. You really, really appreciate it. It really helps out. Now I'm going to go. I'm knackered. Not that I'm going to go and sleep or anything like that, but hey, you know, go and get a cup of tea and watch Dawn of the Dead or something. I don't know. Anyway, see you later. And I'm the lead singer of Red Giant.